Hello, and welcome back to another Northwood Tales Spooky Podcast, where we're gonna talk about our pride and joys, our cats.
This is sorry. Benjamin stays out of this one this time.
Benjamin's with Grandma right now.
He's gotta get fixed.
He's
gotta get snippied.
But we thought we would talk about our cats because there can be some spoopy things involved with our cats. I mean, they don't act like cats sometimes, and then
it's unnerving, especially Cersei.
Yeah. So I think we got to take it back to like 2016?
We got Cersei 5 years ago.
Yeah.
16.
So we take you back 5 years when we were
in college.
This was the first time we started living together.
We got her. No, it was the end of my senior year.
Was it?
Because I did a super senior year because I had a couple of classes I had to finish in the spring. I had like three or four credits left. I only had like one or two classes. Yes, because
Lauren also graduated that year. That's the year that we
were both super seniors, weren't we?
We were, yeah. Well, I scheduled mine purposefully so that I would have a full year to work on my capstone.
Okay. I switched majors, so that's why I was a little backed up. But yeah, one of mine was my last like showcase, and then I had like one or two classes along with that.
That was also the year that we shot the documentary and we traumatized Cersei.
Oh, yeah.
But in 2016, you, me, and Lauren were just having a great old time. And one of us brought up getting a cat. And it was like one of those like rebellious moments. So like, oh, should we not? We're not allowed.
Yeah. And
like
then,
we didn't even tell our parents for a long time.
No, they didn't know. Because I think I don't remember if I went on Animal Allies right away. That was one of the shelters, or if I went on a different one first. And eventually we stumbled across this big orange fluff
who looked so unbelievably angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like
permanent
she has a
scowl,
like resting face of
it's
displeasure.
Still going strong too.
And I'm like, that one, we have to get her. She looks like Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you came up with the name. You came up with the name for all the pets. And I'm just like, I love Game of Thrones. Let's go with it.
Yeah, that's our trend. So the next, I want to get another cat.
Right. Well, I have to get a house first.
I know, but
her name was Arabella. That was her name.
No, her first name.
Her name was Arabella, and they gave her a nickname.
Oh yes, okay.
Do you want to tell everybody her nickname?
I hate her nickname. How? No, I can't. I hate it.
The audacity.
The actual audacity.
Because she was, when we got her, I think the paperwork said she was 19 pounds.
She was fat.
So her nickname, and she's an orange tabby cat. They nicknamed her Garfy. How rude.
Unbelievably rude. Mm-hmm. Especially like Arabella.
That sounds so like regal. And then
so regal. And then they say that. Like, how dare you?
Rude. No, she is a Cersei full and through.
And so we went there, not even knowing if she was even there. Like,
all
available.
3 of us piled in the car because we didn't email them or anything. We're like, let's just go.
Yeah, let's
because
like
if we don't get her, like maybe we're not even gonna get a cat.
Exactly.
Like we're just like throwing out the idea.
Her.
Yep.
So we go in and we found her in her little kennel, and she had a little sign on there that said like, "Do not pet, I bite."
Or like, don't put your fingers in the kennel or something.
Like she bites. I'm like, oh my.
They didn't list this.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, is she mean? So then we asked like, oh, could we meet her? And then when we sit in this little tiny like cubicle.
Yeah, the little meet and greet room.
Yeah, the lady brings her in, and Cersei was just the sweetest thing.
Cuddles, rubbing up against us.
And I'm like, you ain't biting.
Right? Yeah. I don't think she bit any of us. Even like play bit us. She was just snuggling and purring.
She was so nice.
Mm-hmm. But she was fat. She was a little, her hair I think was, they tried to keep her clean, but she's bad at bathing herself. So like it would make sense. She did have mats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember. I think we just all kind of collectively looked at one another and we're like, are we doing this?
Oh, I mean, to be fair, she was $30.
Yeah, because she was considered a senior cat because she was 9.
8. I thought she was 8.
8 going on 9, maybe?
Maybe 8.5.
Yeah, because we've figured out her birthday is in August, is what I calculated. She's back. She's a Leo, which is perfect because we give her lion cuts and she's beautiful and she's a Lannister. But I'm pretty sure she's an August kitten. Is what I got back to. But we got her in April. It was like 3 days after my birthday.
Yeah. It was because there was still snow on the ground.
Yeah. It was like April 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I just remember like bringing her home. Everything was great.
Did we just kind of carry her out? I don't even remember.
We weren't. I don't remember us being too stealthy.
No. Bringing it into our.
Yeah.
Well, it was technically a townhouse.
Yeah.
Multi-family house or whatever we were renting.
A duplex.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it and we did all the paperwork.
Yep.
And I still get
later.
their newsletters.
Yeah. Yep. Because you signed your name, but I think
it was I signed one of the forms, you paid for it, and then Lauren signed the release.
She initialed everything. Yeah.
So I guess to the government, if anything happens to her, it's my fault.
Yeah.
If there's money involved,
her microchip set up, right?
She was already set up, but they said that you had to pay for.
Okay. Aria's is free.
Yeah.
Because I still have hers, and now I have.
It's like a subscription.
Now I have Benjamin's too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and once we had her home and she was getting accustomed to the place, that's when we drove across the entire United States to shoot a documentary.
Yeah, she was with us for, let's see, April. Basically the full month of April, May, June. When did we go?
The end of July.
End of July. We had her 4 months.
Yeah.
And then
Lauren
took care. Did she take care of her or did?
Nope, because Lauren she moved out to go south to work at the lab.
Yep.
So then when we left, your cousin
Yes, Christina came. Yep.
And Cersei we left, it was like a month. It was literally a month that we were gone.
Yeah.
She was so unbelievably furious.
Yep. She was mad that we left.
We don't know how. Everywhere.
She angry peas.
Angry peed everywhere. And then she would bite at least my shins and my calves when I would walk past her.
Yeah, she doesn't do that anymore.
No. But it was because we left her.
I think so. Yeah.
And I think it was somewhat traumatizing to her because we're her third owners.
Well, we don't know for sure. But remember when we were there, they said someone had adopted her.
Yeah.
Brought her back within like a couple of months or something because she was like missing the litter box.
Yeah.
Or like she was too big for their tiny litter box, whatever they're using. Yeah. So they brought her back. Mm-hmm. How rude.
Yeah.
You get a bigger litter box for her then. I think we told the staff lady that too. Just get a different box.
Mm-hmm. But I think that was the universe saying that, hey, this cat is going to go to these 2 crazy ladies.
Right. Well, technically 3, but then other mommy had to go south.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Such a Cersei is such a...
There's no other way to get a cat besides impulsively getting a cat or like finding one in the streets or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the best way is to just go to a shelter and then just pick one.
Right. And we don't know if I don't think she's had kittens. She has a pooch.
She got big old
But
pooch.
I think that's just because she was 19 pounds and we've got her down to at least 13.
Yeah. Well, at first we got her down to 12 and then
she gained a little bit. She's old. Let her live her life as long as she's not too big that it's going to hurt her joints. Mm-hmm. She's turning 14 this year. Yeah. She's 13 right now.
Yeah. But what I find very interesting about Cersei is how personality driven she is.
I've never seen a cat like her.
It's like literally there's like a person stuck inside of her.
She's an intellectual cat. Like she like she looks at you and you it's like you can feel that she knows what you're communicating with her. Yeah. It's insane.
Yep. She knows that she's not allowed to touch the plants. We have a lot of plants here. And what I've noticed, at least with the ones in my room, she'll go up to it and start rubbing her face on it, knowing she can't bite on it. She'll look at me a little bit, continue rubbing. Like,
yeah, be like,
don't mind me, I'm just
I'm
rubbing.
not biting.
I'm not biting it. No. And then she'll bite it and then sprint away immediately.
Yep. Because she'll know.
How
she knows.
dare you? You know. I think she's a British woman, like a really old British woman, reincarnated as a cat.
Yeah, she's definitely like reincarnated. She was a human in a past life.
Yeah,
if y'all believe in that stuff, like this is like
she has to be.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
Like we'll put pictures and videos of her on our Patreon, so that you can actually like see her.
Yeah,
she's been in some of the pods, like just sitting on the table, but to actually witness her.
She's like, I know parents aren't supposed to pick their favorite child, but out of all three of them, like Cersei she just gets it.
Yeah.
Like she is like,
she's
except
chill.
for her like peeing issues that she had, but that was, I don't know if she just like angry pees.
I mean, yeah, there was some angry pee, but she hasn't angry peed.
She's been so good.
Like the past 3 years.
It's been the little. Well, I think she sometimes pees outside the box when it's not clean enough for her. Little poop outside the box, even when it's not that bad.
I know cats that'll poop in tubs and just on the floor.
Like that's the minor thing we got to deal with. It's fine.
Yeah. But she's great. And I want her to live to be like 30 years old.
I don't know if that's possible, but
there are cats that live in 30 years
30?
old. 30?
Really?
Yeah. They out there. Should we talk about our little airhead?
Yeah, let's talk about Ari.
So we're recording this on the day of Arya's birthday.
We think it's her official birthday today. Wow. February 14th.
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
It's her birthday, little.
Yeah, honey, you're 4. You're 4 years old.
She's sitting in her tower, looking at the burbs.
And we've had her for nearly 4 years. It was like 3.
She is a long-haired black cat.
Yes.
With a little white chest mark and a little white toe.
You got a little white toe.
What's interesting?
She has one pink toe bean.
Yeah.
The rest
What's
are black.
interesting with Arya, you went so that when we got her, it was 2017. It was Halloween, 2017.
Was it 7?
Yes.
Was it only a year later that we got her?
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got her.
You had to go
on Halloween.
Yeah, literally. You went to urgent care. I think you had a like strep or something.
Oh yeah,
simple.
I had to get strep tested.
Yeah. Ugh. So after, I'm like, you know what? You're not feeling good. I'm not feeling good. Let's just go to the shelter. Like, let's just go hang out with the cats. Yeah. We go there. We walk in, and we were the only ones there, and then the lady at the desk.
This is at a different shelter than we got Cersei.
Oh yeah, we got Cersei in Duluth, and then Arya's in Superior.
Yeah.
But when we go in, Arya's with another cat.
2 of them.
Yeah, she's in like this little room.
Like tortoise shells.
She's in this little room that you can go in and like sit down, and Arya just starts like climbing all over us.
She started climbing up you and was licking your beanie. I remember that.
She was like up on my shoulder and everything.
The poor girl, she still has her
sweet.
issues. She's all sniffly and congested, and they didn't know at the time, but she has feline herpes virus.
It's just like a common cold, really. It's just like a cold.
It's really common in cats, but a lot of the times it's not noticeable a lot. It flares up when they're stressed and stuff. Like I think she's given it to Cersei, but she's only ever gotten like a pink eye.
Cersei ain't stressed.
No, she's only ever gotten like a pink eye infection because they share litter boxes, so it's going to get exchanged. But Arya has like a chronic respiratory infection, it feels like. Even with antibiotics, it clears up for a little bit and then it gets worse. So we try to give her supplements to help with it.
But she sees the vet a lot. So
at least once a year.
Yeah.
But the supplements help.
But it was just so fun. Like we went in there. Honestly, I didn't really think we were going to buy one, especially Halloween.
Right.
But she was just so sweet, and she just started like climbing on both of us. She was a kitten.
Yep, they were not even a full year old.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of them were from the same litter.
They're a handful of months.
Yeah. And they found them on the streets.
Yeah, so Arya's from the streets.
She's from the And I can't remember if the other two are females as well, the tortoise-shelled short hairs. One had already a dock tail. I don't know if they got it out there or if it was born that way.
But I just couldn't help it. I mean, I've never had an animal love me that much.
She latched onto you. Yeah. It was insane.
So I'm like,
yeah, we both kind of looked at each other again and we're like, are we really gonna do this?
We gonna do it to him? So with a kitten, she was $60.
Yep.
So it was just $30 each. And which wasn't, I mean, back then, only getting paid $7 an hour. Yeah, that was a little rough.
Right.
But I mean, like nowadays, that's not bad. Mm-hmm. She's worth, the money.
Yeah. And then we bought the little cardboard carrier.
Yeah. So we didn't
bring anything.
We weren't planning.
Yeah.
So we got her, and it was kind of this half fear of, what if Cersei doesn't like her? Mm-hmm. But then Cersei was also interested in the neighbor cats.
Yeah, from a distance. She would creep out the windows because we did have a lot of. Was it cats. the neighbor on the left had 2, I think,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know if there were
outdoor cats.
And I don't know if there was another feral cat that was running around too.
So we thought, well, Cersei likes the neighbor cats.
Mm-hmm.
From a distance,
and we realized we've gotten away with having one cat at our place without any issues.
Oh, so. That's a whole other story. But we brought Arya to the house.
We're those people who sneak in our cats.
I can't help it. I love them. But we brought her in. We kept her in the box, and we let Cersei smell her through the box.
Mm-hmm.
And Cersei was like, what's in here? What's in here?
Right.
And we opened it a little bit to see, and Cersei just starts hissing.
I think Arya hissed first.
Well, no,
right?
She hissed. Okay. Cersei hissed first, and then Arya's like, okay, I'll hit.
Yeah.
It's like, you hissing at me?
Arya never hisses. Even at Benjen when he's getting too handsy with her. Like, she's only hissed a handful of times. Mm-hmm. But Cersei, she'll let you know. She'll be like, girl, back off.
Yeah.
But
it took, how long? Like 2?
It was a week.
I thought it was like 2 weeks.
It just felt like, I think it was a long week.
A very long week. But we did Jackson Galaxy's, like, his steps on getting cats introduced to each other. So, like, the gate with the towel.
Yep.
Like, doorway first. And then, And then, finally, like, I think a week into that, then we thought, you know what? Screw it. Let's get them both super high and let them play in the living room.
Yep.
So we got them super high in the living room, and then they just kind of chilled out.
Yeah, it was like, because we were worried the first couple of days, because we're like, is this normal? Well, like, Cersei still hisses at her.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, yeah. To the point where Cersei was in my room almost every night, or like vice versa.
Yeah. Like, because I think we sectioned Arya off into my room, I think, and let Cersei just roam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a 2-level duplex. Mm-hmm. So, like, there was areas where they could just hide and run away. But yeah, finally, after that, it's like, no turning back. They love each other.
Now Arya cleans Cersei.
Yeah.
And then spits up her hair.
Yeah, and I think Cersei still likes Arya, but Arya, I think, likes Cersei more than Cersei likes Arya.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. For sure.
But they are a full 10 years apart.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Cersei doesn't act like a senior cat at all.
It's just her, like, walking. She's a little,
she not limps, but, like, you can tell she's being a little fragile on her
tiptoeing
ankles. I also think that whoever declawed her did not do it right.
Yeah.
So we've never are so, like, fragile.
Yeah, her poor toes. Yeah. But that's why we've never done Arya.
Exactly.
We've thought about it, but I cried.
Right? Yeah.
Just thinking about it, because we were gonna do it just because she was tearing at the carpet like a little heathen at the
ruined
last apartment.
Every single apartment we've lived in down here.
Yeah, not like ruined, but she's like pulled it up at the corners for the most part. She hasn't like totally wrecked it, but like they have to re-pull it and tuck it and staple it back down.
Yeah, which is labor.
Yeah. So we don't get all of our pet deposit back, which is fine. No. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
And they allow it, because they allowed us to have cats that weren't declawed.
Yeah. I thought was
some places you have to have them declawed, but at the last place in our current place, they don't have that,
which is nice,
instated. So
yeah.
But, poor Cersei.
Well, even like in the Superior house, that's when we that was pre-Arya, when Cersei, we thought we lost Cersei.
So there's been a couple of times with the one big
story
one.
time.
Yeah.
Like, Cersei will love to just go sleep in small places.
Yep.
So, like, you know, when you can't find Cersei nowadays, you shake the treat box and she'll come out.
Yep.
But in the old house, we had 3 levels. We had upstairs, had all bedrooms, middle, you know, dining room, living room, kitchen, and then we had the basement, which is a really shitty basement.
And it was unfinished, and we usually kept the door shut. That's where our laundry got done and stuff.
And even like the wall between the other duplex's basement.
Oh, you could see into their basement. It was
you can go around the corner and just waltz right in.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we couldn't find her, we thought, oh, shit, did she get out?
Yeah, because we could not find her anywhere. We searched our bedrooms. And this is when Svenja lived with us.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah, Svenja, I think, had lived with us at that point.
She wasn't home then.
No, she wasn't home. So we're like, did we somehow let her outside? Yeah. We searched the bedrooms upstairs. Yeah. We searched the living room. We went into the basement. Couldn't find her.
We even checked it.
So it was winter too. Mm-hmm. And we got...
Your anxiety went like from 0 to 100
Panicked
in like 0.2. Like it
didn't make any sense. I'm like, the only explanation was like she somehow snuck out when one of us left or like came home.
Yeah.
So we get all decked out in our stuff.
You do. I stayed in to like double check.
I'm walking down the streets. I like loop the block.
Yep.
And I like couldn't find her.
You were like ready to start jumping into people's backyards.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what? I'm just going to double check the basement one more time. Because it's not a small basement, but it's also not like a massive one.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of things down there.
Not a lot of things. So I'm like, I'm just going to open the door, you know? And I opened the door and I heard a rustle. And I'm like, oh my God. At first, I thought there's ghosts down there.
Or a mouse.
You know. Yeah.
Another mouse.
So I go down there and I'm like screaming for the cat. And all of a sudden I see like an orange puff, like at the very bottom of the steps, there's a wall towards like a handful of feet from the bottom of the steps. Mm-hmm. And I see a tuft of orange fur and I'm like, oh no. I like, as quickly as my long legs can get me down the steps without falling, I see Cersei stuck in the spaces of the stupid wall.
It was like, I think there was a couple of screens or something from like they had fixed the windows and just
and
left
they left
them down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in between that and that stupid broken wall that separated our basements. And I'm like, I was like, at first, how did we not see you the first time?
Right? She didn't make a sound. We didn't see her at all.
But that was also when she was fat. Right. So I grab her because she's also a fast fat cat.
And I can't remember if I was still outside or I was already in at that point.
No, you were, because then I think you were still like on the sidewalk. You weren't far from the house.
I think you texted me or something, so I was like on my way back or something. And then you had to show me. I was like, are you kidding me? I was so mad at her, but I was also like just so grateful. Like she's not freezing outside. Right. Neighbors have dogs and cats, and I'm like, she's gonna get eaten. Yeah. Get hit by a car. Something. No, because she loves being outside. We forgot to preface that. She loves outside.
Yeah, we took her to the park. That's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we took her for a little walk, and she actually walked on the cat leash, which is hilarious.
Oh, she loves it. Even the kids that were at that park were like, oh my God.
They're like, what the heck? It's a cat.
Yeah.
No, it's our chihuahua.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's not the only time that she's done stuff like that. I lost her again. Couldn't find her. And this is when now my brother and his girlfriend lived with us. We've had like 3 different roommates in the house because we lived there forever.
Yeah.
And finally I found her. I don't remember how. I just decided it was in my brother and his girlfriend's room. And I go in there and I think I heard a thud or something. So I go into their closet. I'm looking. I still don't see her. And then I think I hear her go, meow. And I look behind their dresser that's in their closet. She jumped up on their dresser, fell, and was behind their dresser. Yeah, sandwiched between the wall and the back of the dresser. And she was stuck because she decided to jump in there and fall. And I was just livid with her as well. She also has
like no traction on her paws because they're like a little tough. So like she
especially
slides.
her front, her front feet. Again, the declaw thing.
Whoever messed with her toes, man, if I find them, they're gonna catch these hands.
Because who knows when she even got that done? If it was later in life, if it was in the beginning.
We know absolutely nothing about her.
Arya, at least, we got her the first year of her life, so we can kind of backtrack.
She's just a little brat.
Yeah. And then she hides under our beds. She's gone in my dresser drawers before. Oh, she just, wherever she can fit, she's like, yep, I'm just gonna go here.
Literally, if I fits, I sit. And even if it scares the mummies.
Yep. And Arya, she was at my parents' house because they had to house her for a little bit because the previous place that we were at when we moved down to the cities, the first apartment, they had a year-old minimum or something. So we had to wait literally like 2 weeks for her to like
it was so
age.
Stupid.
And so she was at my parents' house and they have a gas fireplace. And I guess it was too small or it was too big of a gap. And Arya like shimmied her way because we used to have a real fireplace, but they put a gas one in between there. And she shimmied in between the crack, got stuck back there. My mom freaked out because she thought she was going to get hurt somehow, but they didn't even have it turned on.
That's good.
So my mom finally got her out, pulled her out. She was literally the color of like dust bunnies. She's a black cat. She was full, just gray. She had so much dust bunnies and dirt and stuff on her. And then my mom decided to cardboard everything up. And it's still there to this day.
What's good because she's got 2 other cats there now.
Right? Yeah. She's like, oh my goodness. So she's a stinker too.
We've been blessed with 2 cats that have extreme personalities.
Cersei, I think, is a little bit more.
Oh, for sure. But
to Arya,
even Ari is like, my mom's cat is like your basic cat. Like, their cats are like, most cats I've met have like no emotion. Like, you have no idea. Yeah, or they're just mean.
Yeah.
But like, you don't know what's going on with them. You can't tell. But with our cats, like, you can tell what mood they're in. You can, it's just like.
And I don't know, because I've never owned a cat in my family. Like, we were, my parents had one before I was born, and then our neighbors had 2 cats for like years, and they would come over and we'd feed them on the back deck and stuff. But they were like the normal cats too. Yeah. They weren't super personality based, but maybe it's just because they weren't living with us. They weren't my cat. But yeah, this is just insane how much I'm like, cats are like this? Like, what? Right.
Yeah. And both of them, for the most part, like people.
Oh, Cersei loves people.
Cersei loves. Arya's
She's
like,
the little hostess.
It just takes her a little bit to like not be terrified.
Yeah, she like recognizes my family now.
Yeah,
when they come visit, she's like, oh yeah, I know you.
I've seen you before.
Yeah. And Cersei, otherwise she used to hide. You could not find her. But Cersei's the little hostess. Helpful. She's like, oh, people, welcome to my humble abode. This is my castle.
Except that one time we were doing that little rummage sale, and there were some guys that lived across the street from us, and they wanted to buy a chair from us, and they knocked on the door.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And we're both like, oh, what's going on? We hear the knock, and then we're like, oh, what? And then Cersei comes like waddling past us, going like growling at the door. She will
growl. Yeah,
she growled at the door, and we're like, we're
under attack.
Yeah, I thought that was so interesting that like she knew that it was someone new at the door. But luckily, like when we answered, the guys were chill.
We're like, oh, that's what you want, sure.
Yeah, but that was, I just remember. Like,
I've never heard a cat growl.
Yeah, that she was like,
this is my house.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Cersei.
Yeah, she's very vocal when she wants to eat too.
Oh yes.
Like, she's not the typical. Well, I guess do typical cats talk a lot? Some of them
maybe
do.
Like cute little chirps, but she just like makes like demon goblin sounds.
She's like, feed me. Yeah, she'll hiss at Benjen. She'll growl at Benjen. But yeah, I've never heard a cat growl before her, and I was like, oh. Yeah. And then Arya's doesn't make a peep unless she's unless she's looking at birds, and she'll do the chirpy thing.
Yeah, she'll chirp if she can't find us.
Yeah.
If she doesn't know where we are, she'll go meh.
Hers is so cute.
It's this weird like airy Meow.
Yeah, her meows are really weird. My sister made fun of her. She's like, it sounds like somebody like kicked her in the windpipe or something, because she's just meh, meh, meh. And we're like, that's just how she is. I don't know if it has anything to do with like her virus and her respiratory issues or what, but
maybe. But once she sees us, or if we yell to her, then she'll come by. Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, there you are.
Yeah, you're here. It's okay.
But yeah, it just took you a second.
Trying to think if there's any other crazy thing that's happened.
I guess to be fair with our cats, they move really well.
Oh yeah, we've moved 4 times.
Yeah,
4 different apartments.
And they've gotten used to the place so quickly and so well.
Yeah, like, they don't throw like a temper tantrum.
No,
really.
They don't. Angry Pea. They find like the first thing we show them is their box, so they know, and then they don't. It's. We're very fortunate with these cats.
We lucked out with the babies.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll put videos
on
Patreon for sure.
There is a video of Arya and Benjen.
Oh my god, our cats see ghosts.
Arya specifically, I don't know if because she's a black cat, but she will look at the ceiling, at the walls, at anything. There's nothing there, but she will stare.
And no, what's weirder is like she'll look at something, meow, and then sprint away. And I'm like, did you just leave me to the ghost?
Yeah.
You're not gonna defend me?
I don't think Cersei has any.
Cersei doesn't really care, but like
I don't think she doesn't like weirdly look at anything.
But Arya will like follow things. And I'm like, meow twice.
Away
yeah, I'm like meow twice if you see a ghost.
Right.
But you caught on camera.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was like it looked like an orb, but it might have been like dust or like a fruit fly or something. But we looked directly.
Had bugs here.
She looked directly at it.
Yeah.
And Benjen kind of did too, and then he looked at her like, what? Like, that video clip, I'm so happy that we have like pet cams now. It's so great.
No, we don't have bugs right now. Like, we had some fruit flies when we kept the door open during the summertime.
Fungus flies or whatever in like the kitchen sink.
But we've been really
like house
good.
Flies. Yeah.
Like, we've been good. No bugs.
Not even spiders, really. I don't remember the last time I've seen a spider. Dang.
I've seen one once, and then Ari killed it. Yeah, I showed her, and she's like, "Oh, fun." No, but like no bugs. We don't got bugs here,
which is great.
And she saw something flying around. I'm not happy.
We have that on video, and I do have another video of her that's not ghost related, but I like to pick flowers and dry them.
Oh yeah, so Cersei likes to just kill plants.
Yeah,
and Ari.
Yeah, so I had a dried bouquet, which I still have. I think that one's still fine. It's pretty. It's like got a little purpley, so I want to keep that one intact. But I had it sitting on the coffee table. So I get a notification on my phone like, oh, movement detected. So I open it up, and she's dragging it across the floor, and it looks like she's Swiffer, like feather dusting, because that's what it looked like in her hands, just pulling it across the floor and just like playing with it. I'm like, girl, my flowers, you little goblin.
Yeah, like Arya used to be so good about like not eating, not interested in like people food, not going after plants.
She's still pretty good about that. Cersei's
still pretty good.
She's bad.
But Cersei is the worst thing in the world. Whoever was her previous owner fed her anything.
That's why she was probably fat too. Or just you were just bigger. I'm sorry. I don't want to use the F word. Oh, look at
girl's thick.
She's shedding on me. Yeah, well, I've even posted pictures on like Reddit and stuff. They're like, that cat's a tank, and I was like, it's mostly her fur, but yes, she is a tank.
Like even Arya,
or
like,
a unit. Yeah, that cat's a unit. I'm like, oh, that's her fur.
I mean, they are. I mean, Cersei's a big cat, but she's not like.
She might be slightly above average in size. Arya, I think, is petite.
She is very petite, but her fur makes up for like another 2.5 cats.
She's a soot sprite
like,
cat.
For real, though. Like, if we shaved her down, she would look like a stick figure.
It was so weird, yeah.
But. Yeah.
And now they're both napping right now.
Yeah, they're just being so cute. The last time we recorded a pod, Arya was screaming and like running around, playing with puzzles.
My puzzle.
Like both of these cats were just being heathens, But now when we're talking about them, and we're giving them attention,
right? Cersei's right next to me, and I'm just petting her as she's sleeping.
Yeah, and Arya's sleeping on her tower.
She loves her tower. She likes creeping out on people, looking at the birds.
She a creep.
So was Benjen.
Her and Benjen, eternal creeps.
And those two get along really well too.
Yeah.
Like Arya will lick him, and he'll lick her, and it's so cute. But he's been away for a while, so that's going to be a little bit difficult once he comes back after he's healed from his snips.
But yeah, we're going to put all these funny videos of the cats on our Patreon, and we'll have a link. If you listen to this on YouTube, you'll be able to find it that way.
Yeah, and I tried putting the link in Spotify and stuff. I don't think it allows that in the description.
Okay. So just search us.
But yeah, it's just the Northwood Tales Podcast, I think is what it is, or the Northwood Tales on Patreon.
Oh, and we're also putting another Patreon exclusive podcast on there of just like getting to know us.
Just a Q&A if you're interested.
Yeah.
Whoa, that scared Cersei. She's like, what?
Gotta drink your water, people.
Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm. If you're in East Coast, Midwest, we're all
everywhere
freezing.
But like
Texas.
Florida.
Texas has ice.
I know, anywhere but Florida right now.
Yeah.
And Hawaii is just getting...
Stay warm and stay safe.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
And we will see you again on another Monday.
When we talk about more spoopy things.
More spoopy things or more...
spoopy things.
Lifestyle things.
Our life, our spoopy life.
Our spoopy life. Hashtag our spoopy life.
Oh boy. Okay. Bye.
Bye.